Welcome to the Twisted Tentacle Tavern. I'm your innkeeper, Vase Odin, and today we're going to be concluding our leveled abilities for the Battlesmith optimization guide. So at level 12, you get another ability increase or feat. Again, this should top off your intelligence. If you haven't done so already, this should be the final one that you would need to do that. If you're already at 20 and you're playing with feats, I would recommend the Magic Initiate feat. This is going to allow you to get the Find Familiar spell, and now you can have a great utility creature that can use your attunement items and can also use your spell storing item. It's also going to free up your third level slots if you've been using Tiny Servant for your spell storing items. Although Tiny Servant is still a useful spell to have, at this level, I think the Find Familiar tops it, so might as well do that, and it's a lower level spell slot. At level 13, you get a 4th level spell slot, which we're going to discuss in the 4th level spells video right up here. Here, maybe. Then at level 14, you get 5 attunement slots, which is ridiculous. And you can attune to items regardless of class, race, level, and spell requirements. Basically, you can attune to pretty much any magic item. That is fantastic. No other class gets anything even close to this. I think I've heard that previous editions of D&D, some rogues used to get this ability at very high levels, but now it's the Artíficer that gets it. It's a very, very strong ability. It makes high-level Artificers extremely strong. If anyone has played the official adventure books that Wizards of the Coast puts out, you know that at later levels you have usually a lot more magic items than you have attunement slots, and you have to pick and choose and sometimes get rid of items that you really wanted to use, but you just have one that's a little bit better. You wish you could use both, but you just don't have the attunement slots for it. Well, as an Artificer, that's not going to be a problem. So that's really awesome. So basically, think about how strong this can be when you can have a magical shield, a magical armor, a ring of protection, giving you an insane armor class with your defender, giving disadvantage on one attack. I mean, you're basically going to be unhittable by physical attacks. And not only that, but any item that you find that's magical, you can use. So if you find a Staff of Power, a Staff of Swarming, a Holy Avenger weapon, and many others that maybe you don't have a party member that can use any of these, well, you can use any single one of them. So it doesn't matter that you find an item that's pretty much unusable by character classes in your group. You can always use whatever you find. And you also get 2 more infusions known and 1 more item that you can infuse. And we have another video for the level 14 infusions that you get access to, up here. So the power of this ability is dependent on the campaign that you're playing, but remember that you can also make magic items. So you're never going to be short on those 5 attunement slots, trust me. You also get 2 more infusions known and 1 more item that you can infuse to. You also get a new list of items that you can infuse, and we're going to go over those in the level 14 infusions video, which is going to be up here. At level 15, your Arcane Jolt hits or heals much better, and your Steel Defender gets a +2 to its AC. When your Steel Defender uses its reaction ability, the attacker takes automatic damage equal to 1d4 plus your intelligence modifier. It's not a whole lot at level 15, but any extra damage for free is still going to be definitely useful. And not having to roll to hit to do that damage, even better. So between your improved Arcane Jolt and this, your damage output increases pretty significantly at level 15. That's good because you have other classes that are getting some serious abilities at these higher levels. And since you can't cast super high level spells, it's nice that at least they beef up your damage a little bit. Level 16, here you get another ability improvement or a feat. Again, maximize your intelligence. If you haven't done so already, I don't see why you wouldn't have by now, but in case you haven't. And also improve your constitution if you want to. That's always going to be helpful for a class like the Artificer. Otherwise, if you're playing with feats, I do talk about some feats that I recommend in part 2 of the Artificer video. So check that out right here and look into the feats that I recommend for an Artificer Battlesmith. At level 17, you get 5th level spells, the highest level spell that you're going to be able to cast as an Artificer Battlesmith. So you have some big decisions to make as to which ones to prepare. I've made a spells video for 5th level spells as well, and I'll link that up here. Check that out. There are some pretty decent ones for 5th level, so look into them. Although, you know, at level 17, 5th level spells are not going to change the game. You have wizards already casting 8th level spells at this point. But, you know, it's still something. So at level 18, you get 2 more infusions known and 1 more infused items. There are no new infusions that you learn at this level. That caps out at level 14. But still, being able to infuse an additional item and knowing 2 more infusions, that's really nice. You also get to attune with up to 6 magic items. I mean, 5 items was already broken. 6 items, holy cow. More attunement slots can be campaign specific, but again, as an Artificer, you're making magic items anyway, so that's not going to be a big deal. And level 19, here you get an additional ability improvement. And the same thoughts apply to this as in the previous. If you haven't maxed out your intelligence, do so now. Otherwise, look into the feats that are in part 2 of this video series as far as the feats that I recommend for a Battlesmith. And finally, level 20. Here, your survivability increases tremendously. You're going to get a +1 to all saves for each item you're attuned to. Probably you're going to be attuned to 6 magic items. So that's going to be a +6 to all of your saving throws. That's just almost broken. And if you're reduced to 0 hit points, you can end an infusion to drop to 1 instead, as if things weren't like crazy enough for your survivability. Basically, this gives you 6 times that you can survive an otherwise deadly hit. So you have 6 extra lives, like a video game, and you have a super crazy AC because of all your magic items that you're able to attune to. You have the Steel Defender protecting you from getting hit with its reaction ability, so you're already hard to hit in combat. And now with all these bonuses to every single save, you're also pretty hard to hit with spells. I mean, and if you happen to be hit by combat or spells and taken down, you can just unattune to 1 magic item and come back and keep doing it again 6 times. That's really, really strong. The Artificer Battlesmith basically becomes nearly unkillable at the 20th level, which is awesome. I mean, their damage output by this time compared to, say, a fighter or a barbarian, it's not quite as high as it was in the mid-levels, but with the amount of survivability that they get, I mean, I would put it pretty high up there. I mean, barbarian and bear totem is probably the highest as far as survivability. I think that this is right up there. Definitely beats out the fighter in terms of that, and the paladin in terms of survivability and tanking. So, very, very good final level abilities, as they call capstone abilities. And yeah, if you ever find yourself playing a 20th level game, try out this Artificer Battlesmith at 20th level. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And that does it for this part of the series. Remember to check out the other videos in the series where we talk about the spells for the Artificer Battlesmith, we talk about the infusions, and we're putting out a video for races as well. So if you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thank you guys for checking out this video series, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.